What is up, everybody? It's time to draft again. We're going to get right back into it. It's mock draft time. Not best ball. We've done some of that before, and we're going to do straight up 2024 fantasy football draft. That's right. We're pretending that week one is almost here. Yeah, a lot's going to change between now and then, but you know what? It still feels good to draft, and I think it's still a good exercise to figure out how you value these players, but I don't know. Pretty soon, I feel it. Some change is coming. We're hearing a little more rumor, a little more talk about free agents, where they might wind up. Of course, the combine, all the rookies, and all that. I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting in the free agent market, especially with all those running backs might switch teams.
Yeah, definitely free agency on the horizon. Every year it feels like free agency kind of disappoints, right? You get all hyped up for it, and then it's like nothing really happens. But it feels like this year we could see some big things. Definitely at the running back position because they're, Saquon, Jacobs, Henry, like there are big time free agent running backs out there, and I think there's even guys I'm forgetting: DeAndre Swift, whoever else, Tony Pollard. Austin Eckler, man. Yeah, we're gonna see some moves. So yeah, I think this should be an exciting free agency with a lot of action, a lot of moves.
Yep. And so right now we're speculating a little bit, which I don't know. To me, it's even more fun that way. But we're gonna draft, and you don't just get to watch us draft. You can draft with us right now. And so there it is. You want to draft already for fantasy football? Do it. The link is right there in the chat. We got 10 teams. We're doing, assuming full PPR, or are we switching it up? No, full PPR.
Yeah, back to full PPR. So we've done one full PPR, one half PPR. Go back to full PPR. Sorry for you non-PPR folk. I don't know if we're going to be doing any non-PPR drafts this year. We'll see.
So, we got to do at least one. I mean, come on, at least throw a bone to the non-PPR, just to mix it up.
Okay. On a day where I'm out of town, we can do a non-PPR one.
Okay, I'm going to run that one solo. All right. We'll do some Dynasty, especially after the NFL draft. So that one, I think you pretty much have to wait, though.
Yeah, definitely. Dynasty. All right, 2 spots left.
2 and 9. Interesting. Not the very end, but before the end. So it's not bad spots to have, honestly. I'm challenging myself, going in the middle, sticking myself in the middle today.
Right in the middle in the 5.
Yeah. Good question. Is somebody going to take Eckler in the first round because this ADP has him like he's the top fantasy running back from last year?
Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
All right. So there you go. You got a chance. We need 2 more. Join the draft. The link is right there.
What's up, NMB? Get in the draft.
NMB, yeah, get in there. Let's see where Clayton's right before me at the 4. He wants to snipe me. Ronnie, what's up, Ronnie? At the 3. Miguel took the 1. Taz is in the house. Taz is at the 8. And then Brian at 6.
Oh, NMB is in the draft. There he is. He is in here already.
Yeah, he's already in there.
All right, let's go. We got 17 people online. 10-team draft, of which 2 are Pierre and I. So really, we only need 8 people. That means only half the people online right now, like less than half the people even watching the stream right now, have even joined the draft. What is going on?
Let's go, guys. Just get in there. It's a mock. No money at stake here. It's quick. We'll get this done in definitely less than an hour.
All right,
let's get some practice.
We got 1 more to go.
Who wants the 2? Nobody wants the 2? Man, that's interesting.
Nobody wants the 2. That's a good spot. NMB saying doesn't have any picks. What is any picks for the upcoming year?
I mean, look, we got more people on now. It's not going to be much longer before these fill. Before the time I can even say that the link is dropped.
Oh man, remember last year it was like seconds. But it was like July or whatever it was. Oh, it was seconds.
Let's go. One more, and then we'll get started. Let's take Billy. Billy wants to know, will Casey 3P?
Well, I'll say, I mean, no, but at the same time, like, you can't doubt him. You can't doubt him at this point. But man,
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the smart money would be on them. There was some news today, right? I think it was today. MVS no longer a chief. They cut him, and people are like, well, why didn't they cut Kadarius Toney? Well, because Kadarius Toney doesn't cost them any money.
You got to free up that cap space for Gabe Davis, MVS 2.0.
There you go, Gabe Davis, third-round pick once he's in KC.
Davis, I mean, think about it. They've played against Gabe Davis, and Gabe Davis has annihilated them. They're going to be like, we need Gabe Davis.
At the very least, even if they never throw to him, just so that he can't beat them, right?
Right.
That happens a lot. It happens more than you think when there's a player who just goes off against another team, and then that team is like, all right, we need this guy, because we've seen him in person, It doesn't always translate, but still, trust me, there's something to that.
This feels like a KC Chiefs move right there. And then they'll still lose. All right, what's going on, guys? We got 23 people online. We just need one more spot here. Get this thing going.
Yeah, we need one more full PPR standard. Well, I shouldn't say standard. That's the wrong word to use. Full PPR. You're a typical roster setup. We're just going 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 receiver.
No, I still just have it 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, 1 tight end.
2 receiver, 1 flex. Okay.
Pretty basic right now.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. The other John is in.
Other John. All right. Other John's in. Let's do this. Miguel on the clock.
We're seeing it more and more. I mean, we've only done a few mocks, granted, but CMC 1.1. Nobody's just saying I need a receiver. It's like it's pretty much CMC every time, isn't it?
I think that's what we're gonna see all draft season for sure. CMC at the 101.
All right, JJ number 2. It's a little early to take Ayuk, Clayton, but
a little early, but I don't know. Will he make it back to you?
I might, just to see the reaction. I might take him in at the 2-6.
Oh man, you almost have to.
It would totally be worth it. It's just a mock. Okay. Man, I'm tempted to switch it up here, but it's like I can't. It's the 5. I can't not take CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, I think you have CeeDee there.
And MB says he likes the 5th pick. I like it because look, I had my choice of those 4 receivers. I'm pretty happy with any one of them. So yeah, I think 5 is actually not too bad.
Yeah, I agree. 5 because you're getting one of those receivers, or somehow, you're drafting with all 0 RB drafters. You're getting CMC. So
yeah, well, it is possible. It's true, but yeah, I feel like last year we talked a lot about like the top 4. Those guys. It was obviously we had Jefferson as the 1, Chase at the 2, or Hill. Those guys kind of interchangeable. And then maybe CMC, and now it's like Lamb is just part of that group. It's like the same guys, but Lamb has to be in there. And now you had Lamb as a top 5 receiver anyways, but now it's like we know you're not letting any of those receivers probably slip past the 5 or the 6.
I actually like where I'm sitting right now.
Well, Taz Kyron in the first round. That's probably the earliest we've seen him. Ooh, and then Gibbs. No hesitation on the Bijan pick. Okay, I was wondering for a second maybe you're going to double tap running back, but probably not.
No.
All right. 1, 2, 6 running backs taken along with 6 receivers. Is this the first time we've seen this many running backs go this early?
Yeah, I think it's pretty set that those first 5 running backs will probably go early. I like JT for sure, but I think JT is where you can start debating. All right, JT, Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown. You can start debating these guys as far as who goes there. But I think those other guys pretty much, maybe not a 10-teamer as much, of course, but.
I mean, I hate to take the same guy over and over, but if I'm able to get him at this point, yeah, I'm taking DJ Moore.
Oh, you didn't take Ayuk.
I should have. No. Gotta do what's best for the team, you know? Oh, all right. Harrison. I like that pick. Second round. Got no problem with that.
Yeah, he's not going to get a combine bump, though.
No, I'm pretty sure he doesn't need it, but yeah, he's definitely not.
And Neighbor's not going to get the combine bump either.
No, it's to the point where, I used to hate seeing guys not participate, like bowl games and combines and things like that. Now I'm just like, you know what? Why would they? Why should they? Like, I get it now. Like, it really is. There's nothing they can do that would really help them. The only thing that could happen is you could get hurt, or you could have a bad performance. It's true. It really doesn't make sense for them to do anything.
Not when you're one of the. Not when you're.
Yeah, for those guys.
Yeah. The lower tier guys, they need to, right? Because if they go out there and run a great 40 or impress, they can really improve their draft stock. But when you're Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Caleb Williams, Drake May, you don't need to be doing stuff at the combine.
No, there's nowhere to go but down, so there's really no point. And we've seen guys even just running the 40 get injured. I mean, it can happen. You can get hurt at the combine. So, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Kelsey, the first tight end taken.
Wow.
And there it is. Death, taxes, Clayton taking Ayuk in the 3rd round.
Yep.
All right, now this is where I struggle because there's several good receivers that I could justify taking here. And then I don't know if I should just wait though. It's like there's not one that jumps out, All right, we're going for upside here.
There you go.
So there was an interesting question. Let me get back to it here. NMB he took AJ Brown at the 2-4, and again, this is a 10-team, not a 12-teamer, but still. We're not seeing AJ Brown as a consensus first-round pick, where he was pretty much end of first round last year on a regular basis. So he's wondering, why is he going lower?
I think it's because he had that kind of a bad finish. Like I said, I think, of course, this is a 10-teamer. So if you think about a 12-teamer, really Jonathan Taylor would be the end of the first round. So he'd be like a very early 2nd round pick. I think that's fair. Like right around, early 2nd, right around the turn there, I think is fair for him. Not that, I mean, look, I don't think anybody's down on him necessarily, but I think because of his slow finish, he didn't do enough to like maybe make people higher on him this year than they normally are.
Yeah, recency bias, it always plays into things. But that is a great point that the coordinators are out. That whole offense, was a little inconsistent. So I'm not out on AJB at all. In fact, I mean, you would think that offense might be a little bit better if that's possible. You got to wonder with Kelsey retired, or are we going to see less of the brotherly shove? Or are we going to see that outlawed? Is that going to change something there? There's a lot of questions. But yeah, I'm fine with AJB where you took him. I do like Garrett Wilson just a little bit better. Nice. There you go. Nico, Puka. You're taking a lot of Puka so far this year. You're all in on him.
Yeah, I guess. I think when you have these picks, like I said, like the 10 towards the end, I'll happily take Puka there. Like if it's Puka or Garrett Wilson or Puka or AJ Brown, I'll just go with Puka. I mean, I just feel like he has more upside than those guys, and with Cooper Cup a year older, and no real major competition for targets. Stafford back, I think for me he's the guy I like over once those other once St. Brown is off the board as far as wide receivers go.
Yeah, those are the two guys you're saying, okay, last year they weren't going necessarily over AJB. Sometimes Garrett Wilson, at least in our leagues, and I don't think in most other leagues, but you always have to look for the upside, and I see a massive ceiling with Garrett Wilson with an actual quarterback, a real quarterback. Rye is going 0 everything but RB.
Bro, yeah, everything but wide receiver. Apparently.
Yeah, Ryan, that's an interesting strategy. Leave some running backs for the rest of us. Negro's tank. All right.
Yeah, I almost went Nico Tank. I almost took them both, but
I don't think that would be totally fine. Eckler is still on the board. I'm not going to take him. I'm gonna go. I actually considered last round. I'll go Devontae Smith. He's a guy I think is falling too much.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's fallen too far here.
What is up, Brian? He's in the house. '49ers fan wants to know who has more upside, White or Pacheco? The guys you see go back to back. We saw this last draft too. White and Pacheco back to back.
Oh, that's a good question. I gotta say probably Pacheco has the more upside because of the offense he is in. But that's pretty close. I think they should be similarly valued, and they pretty much are.
Yeah, I feel like White. I'm going to prefer White slightly just because I feel more confident in his volume as far as total touches. Just because of the offense he's in, they're going to lean on him more. He's going to get a little bit more in terms of receptions. I mean, he's definitely going to get more receptions. You could argue touchdown upside for the Chiefs, but at the same time, they're not a team that just runs it in the red zone. Okay, well, just like that, back to me. Okay. I like that McBride pick, actually. I think he's a pretty good value. So if you don't feel like going Laporta early, you can wait a couple rounds and get McBride. But now I can't get McBride. There's still some good receivers, but since it's only a 2-receiver league, I'll tell you what I'm going to do once I figure it out. I'm going to go with one of those running backs. I still believe it or not, in Ramondre.
All right. Yeah, Ramondre is going to be interesting this year for sure.
He says he wants to be workhorse in New England, and why shouldn't he be? I mean, they don't have anybody else, obviously, to compete with him. And then whoever the quarterback is in New England, I'm pretty sure it's somebody who's still going to need a run game to help support him, right? It's a team that has enough needs, even just on offense. Not going to draft a running back early. They're not going to invest in one of these big. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for them to go out and get one of these big free agent running backs, because why would you need that for a team that has, probably a little chance of competing next year and is going to have possibly a rookie quarterback? So, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why so low? Well, what happened? Recency bias. End of the year, he was hurt, didn't play. I think that's it.
Oh, that was a good pick on Evans. I can't believe he fell that far. I was about to take him.
Yeah. Talking today, they're working on an extension. Tampa Bay is probably going to stay, which is kind of what we figured. It's not done, but that sounds like they're working towards that. Jacobs, the other guy, that was the other running back I considered. I mean, wouldn't be shocked if he stays with the Raiders, but he's going to have to take a little less money than he wants, I'm sure.
I mean, I feel like there's such good wide receiver value.
That exactly. But then you're like, I already got 2 receivers in the flex.
But
you can never have too many receivers. There you go. That's a good one.
It's between him and Keenan.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
for Rye going 4 running backs and still getting Evans and Keenan, that's pretty good.
Well, I guess so. I guess it did work out. I mean, yeah, I guess Walker. I mean, I guess you could always trade a running back, secure that running back depth. I don't know.
Hey, it's never a bad thing to have too many running backs. Those guys,
yeah,
get hurt from time to time.
But that's exactly why I don't like to draft too many running backs early, because those are the guys that wind up getting hurt. And so, yeah, I've done that before. I've tried robust RB and it didn't pay off. But you just need to get the right ones.
Oh, we got a Kyle Pitts truth there.
Yeah, I gave some consideration to Pitts, but not yet, not this round. Yeah, I feel like I can wait a little bit at tight end here. Let's see. I like the Spears pick. Man, I would have taken him if he was still there. Yeah, it's so hard. There's so many big name running backs that are free agents.
Yep. I mean, we pretty much know Derrick Henry and Austin Eckler are gone.
Yeah. Those are guys that landing spot's really going to matter.
And then it comes down to the Cowboys bring back Tony Pollard or not. Do the Raiders bring back Josh Jacobs? Do the Giants bring back Barkley?
You know what? I haven't been going quarterback early lately, but I feel like what is it, middle of round 6? Pat Mahomes just sitting there. Like I just feel like I can't pass.
Yeah, yep. I debated quarterback in my turn because the value is very good right now for quarterback. But I really needed a running back, RB2, because I felt like they were drying up. And then I just felt like the value on Zay Flowers in the 6th round was too good.
Yeah. Niners fan likes Flowers over Rice. I think those guys are pretty close. Will we do non-PPR? Probably not. We talked about that at the very beginning. Look, maybe once in a while. Maybe once, and that's it.
Maybe once.
Yeah, see, Brian knows what I'm talking about. He tried to double RB start, did not pay off because one of those was Chubb. I mean, look, that's bad luck, but still, there were a lot of running back busts.
Right.
Yeah, Eckler. Man, I mean, I don't know. Was it just injuries? Was it? Well, I don't know. Did he just dust? Did he just all of a sudden just get old overnight? I mean, he doesn't look old. He looks like he could, beat all of us with his hands tied behind his back. I don't know. What's the deal with Eckler? You think is he dust?
I think sadly he might be dust. He looks pretty dusty. Ooh, J.K. Dobbins. Let's see J.K. Dobbins drafted very often these days.
No, we do not. Hey, he could bounce back. Well, we were all in on J.K. Dobbins last year.
Yeah, that was pain because look at how well the terrible Ravens running backs did, and man, but now he's got a torn ACL and a torn Achilles. Like, yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah, I can't be in on him. All right, here's where it gets tricky. We're sort of entering almost entering the dead zone for running backs. I guess my team's just gonna be a little more a veteran. I don't know. Still like Aaron Jones.
He should be all right.
Now, he did end the season strong, and the whole Packers offense ended strong, so that's what's encouraging. Yeah.
He was easily one of the most frustrating players in 2024. It was
Yeah, that's the only thing.
He was like hurt, and then he would come back. Like, okay, he's back, and he would barely do anything. And then it's like, okay, he's 100%, and then he got hurt. Oh man, it was just the whole season was like that. It was like you never knew. Like, do you study? I hated when we got like Aaron Jones questions. Just like I don't know. Is he gonna play 10 snaps? Is he gonna go off? I don't know. What is he gonna do this week?
Yeah, well, that's the guy you definitely like as your RB3 better than your RB2. But still, I know, super annoying. Comment about Christian McCaffrey. Let's see. JSC wants us to talk about CMC. I think he's planting his flag here. He wants to proclaim CMC downfall.
I mean, I for sure understand because he's got a lot of wear and tear.
Let's go, team! Let's go!
All right. Well, turn it up, Taz. Auto draft and Eckler. Hold on here. Okay. I know I could probably wait on QB in this draft, but man, this is getting to the point where it's like, okay, this is too good about it.
Yeah. There's still a few teams that need a quarterback. Every running back's going to face it at some point, right? I don't know if it'll be next year for CMC. I'm not ready to go there, but it can't be shocking, right? When any running back, did anybody think Eckler would look as bad as he did for pretty much the whole season? I mean, we'll see. Maybe it was just injury related, but
yeah,
the whole season, I don't know.
I think the worry for CMC is obviously injury. It's hard, like, because even if he loses some efficiency, like Austin Eckler was not a highly efficient runner. Even when he was, dominating in fantasy, he wasn't, running for 5+ yards per carry, and he wasn't putting up, he wasn't that kind of guy. He was pass catching and touchdowns. So when efficiency plummeted and he wasn't scoring touchdowns, he was done, right? There was nothing left for him. Even if McCaffrey loses some efficiency, sure, he might not be worthy of the number 1 pick if he loses efficiency. But he'll still be pretty good. Now, the worry, of course, with McCaffrey is injury because, again, all the touches, all the wear and tear. He's now had, 2 straight seasons basically injury-free, which is pretty good for a running back getting as many touches as he's been getting. So I think that's the worry with CMC. But at the same time, it's like that was the worry last year. And if you took the gamble, it paid off. I think it's just one of those gambles you got to take, right? It's just one of those gambles you got to take.
I mean, I'm always going to feel a little safer going with a receiver in general in the first round, especially at the 1.1. But how safe was Justin Jefferson last year? How safe was Jamar Chase? So, yeah, you can't overthink it. You just got to take the guy you think is going to score the most points. It's that simple.
Wow. Dobbins followed by Akers. All right. It's February. It's February.
Yeah, look, Dobbins, I could talk myself into seeing a path where maybe he's sort of productive. Even I, the former Cam Akers truther, that's right, former. Yeah, I'm out. I know, agree with this. We both agree here. Scary Terry next year, right situation. Of course, this is assuming that Washington doesn't somehow royally screw up either the draft and or free agency and, wind up with like Ryan Tannehill as their starting quarterback or something, or like Josh Dobbs.
This was Dan Snyder and Ron Rivera. I wouldn't put it past them, but this is
right.
New ownership. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Either going to be Drake May or Jaden Daniels, probably. Fine with either one. Yeah, I definitely feeling good about Terry this year.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I felt good about him, but this year I definitely do.
Not feeling as good about Stephon Diggs, but I think he still has to be drafted before Terry McLaurin. I mean, the end of round 2 this year seems logical. He went at 210 in this draft. I think he'll probably go sooner than that in a lot of drafts because of name value and assuming he's still a Bill. And he does have Josh Allen. But I wouldn't feel comfortable taking him until round 3.
Yeah, the thing is, like, get the full stack here. The thing with Diggs is, yeah, I mean, he's still ahead of Terry. He probably should, I guess. but he's going to go before I'm ever willing to draft him, more than likely. So, because people are still going to, oh, he'll be, he's still an elite wide receiver. Is he? I don't know. I'm guessing I'm just not going to have any digs unless somehow in like a draft he falls just too far, and I'm like, fine, I'll do it. But even then,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
I
no
always
point.
talk about this. I always talk about this because people want to talk about like value, but it's like, if you had Diggs last year, let's say you got Diggs in round 5, he didn't feel like a value. The first half, sure. First half, from weeks 1 through 9, sure, you were like, what? My league mates are idiots. But from week 10 on, he didn't feel like a 5th round pick, 10th round pick. He was like an undrafted. He felt like an undrafted guy. That's how bad he was. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't think there's gonna be a round where I can pull the trigger, honestly.
Exactly. Someone will always take him before I will.
Yep.
All right, we're giving some hope to the Washington fandom. Clayton is a fan of Adam Peters. He's a good drafter. Okay.
He is a good drafter. He's had good history, so I have faith. I have faith that they're not going to blow it.
It is encouraging that Washington, at least they brought in some fresh blood in the front office, and then didn't just like retread some old coach again.
They did bring Dan Quinn,
but he's not old.
True, but I think Dan Quinn was like, I think they thought for sure they were getting Ben Johnson of the Lions.
Well,
he decided to go back to the Lions. They were like, oh, what do we do?
Yeah. Well, but I feel like Quinn is a guy who you saw, being the head coach for a franchise is different than being the coordinator. But still, I don't feel like his best days are behind him as a coach. Like, he still has something to offer a new team. You know what I mean? It's like with Rivera, you could tell it's just like after his time in Carolina, like that was it. It was just going to be more of the same, or I don't know.
I mean, look, he did take the Falcons to the Super Bowl. Granted, they blew a 28-3 lead, but he took them there.
Exactly. Interesting question. Okay. No, you should definitely not expect the Sun God to fall to you round 4, but he's asking if there's any insane values that you expect. Now we have done some videos on, ADP values and things like that. But anybody jump to mind? I don't know if he means just receivers.
Well, the thing is, I mean, yeah, there's going to be some crazy values. Like, I'm guessing in non-end game, non-underdog drafts, like in your more casual drafts, you might be able to get a guy like Garrett Wilson in the 4th round. Somebody who wasn't very good last year, but has the potential to be incredible. Because that's the thing. Amon-Ra St. Brown wasn't going in the 4th round like in our endgame drafts or in underdog drafts, but like in ESPN, Yahoo, more casual leagues, yeah, he fell to the 4th round for some reason. So I could see Garrett Wilson being that type of guy this year.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick out not guys I think will be like breakout necessarily, but I picked a couple of receivers I feel like are going later than they should. Christian Kirk, we have him in round 8. That feels pretty late for the number 1 receiver for Jacksonville. I think that's a good value.
Yeah.
And I think Evans, depending on whether he stays or not, if he doesn't, well, I'm sure Godwin's ADP will jump up, but he would still be a good value. And if he does, I think Mike Evans is still being undervalued. Okay, it's rookie running back time finally. I'm going to switch it up just for the sake of switching it up.
Bucky Irving, I've been watching some of his film lately. He's a tough one for me. We'll see.
Yeah, there's not too many. There's not too many running backs, I can think of. I'm like really excited for next year. Just maybe one handful, like, but I'm on Corum. Obviously the son of Frank Gore.
Yeah, I mean, I love, like, obviously Irving. He's a good pass catcher. He's got great vision, man, very good vision. He's slippery, but he's small. He doesn't have that like Achan is small, Gibbs is small, but they have game breaking speed. He doesn't have that like next gear. Like when I watch him, it feels like he's going fast, and then he just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't have that next gear. Like you watch him, he gets the ball, he's instantly like at full speed. But there's no another gear. Like when he gets through the first hole, he doesn't have a second gear to like house it.
Yeah.
So that's my worry for him at the next level. Is like, okay, can a guy who's undersized like that, be productive? Is he here to get? Oh, he's right there. Way down. I don't want him. But his tape looks good. I mean, like I said, great vision. Somebody here to take him. Let's see. Okay. Rookie, back-to-back rookies. So we'll see where he ends up, but.
Yeah, that's why we talk about rookie running backs now. So I worry that he might be like another like Tank Bigsby, where I get, they're like, oh, this guy, if he gets some volume, he can be productive, and then he just isn't because he can't break tackles or like run away from defenders.
Yeah, I could see him being like, I'm trying to think of like a comp for him. Like who's somebody like a current day comp, a modern comp for him. Like good pass catcher. Definitely has some wiggle, has great vision. And honestly, I will say another thing, and of course, he's playing against college players. For his size, he actually does a good job. He doesn't get pushed around. He doesn't get pushed back. Like, he doesn't like go down really easy to contact. Like, he's not going to be a huge tackle breaker, but he's also not a guy that like, if you get a hand on him, he's down. So he does have that going for him. I know a big issue is going to be pass protection. He's not very good at pass protection, which isn't a good thing for a pass back, but
yeah,
not a kiss of death. So we'll see. I'm trying to think of I know a lot of people are trying to comp him to Gibbs, but I think Gibbs is far superior talent.
No, Gibbs definitely faster, more athletic. Yeah, I don't know. A guy who I like who's a good pass catcher, and it's hard for me to like a Florida State player, but I think I do like Trey Benson. I think he's somebody who could carve out a role, at least. Put it that way.
You mean the guy I just took? Yeah, I like him.
Okay, final round. Time to get your value picks here. Got some veterans going. I do believe that is Beast Mode who just got taken.
Beast Mode.
I'll allow it since it's an early mock. I do need a tight end. I'll take Jake Corley. That's a nice one. That's another good sleeper.
Yep, I do like Corley a lot.
I did consider taking Brock Bowers as my starting tight end, and it just didn't feel right. So,
I mean, look, in the 12th round, I'm probably okay with it. I'm okay with Ferguson too. You should feel good about Ferguson.
I'm okay with like where he fell. I'm actually surprised. I'm okay taking him at that point. I just don't know if I'm okay with him as my starting tight end in general. Like I need to see the landing spot.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fair question. Jake Ferguson was one of the more productive tight ends for fantasy, and he's still going to get a ton of red zone looks in that offense. So why last round? I don't know. I mean, he just doesn't have the name value yet, I guess.
I think that's it. He just doesn't have the name value yet. But I think he's a definite steal.
All right, and it looks like that is a wrap. We did it, and let's see. Need more rounds? Well, we'll get there. Look, we'll get there. You could still draft a sleeper rookie instead of Marshawn Lynch, like you could have done. But yeah, I get it. We'll get to that point. It's still early. Quick breakdown of the teams. Why not?
Do it.
Miguel, team 1. Took CMC at the 1.1, Diggs at the 2. So again, talking about that, Diggs and Adams, I guess you should Diggs Adams. How do you feel about that turn?
Yeah, living dangerously there, but he got Higgins, McLaurin, and Watson, so I think he'll probably be okay at wide receiver when it's all said and done.
All right, and then I don't love Diggs. I think it is a little early to just count him out for next year. But yeah, a little early for me. But okay, I got some dependable guys there: Higgins, McLaurin, and Watson. Then when Connor Herbert, Kittle, and Khalil Herbert, Charbonnet, QJ, and Singletary. So pretty receiver heavy, and kind of light on the RBs.
Yeah, but you're banking on CMC staying healthy. I mean, if CMC doesn't stay healthy, you're probably done anyways. He's like 1.5 running backs. Kittle, man, in the 9th, I think. I'm not even that high on Kittle, but I think that's fantastic value there in the 9th.
Yeah. Look, the Connor pick was a good value. So if Connor holds up, then maybe totally fine. Don't even need more than those 2 running backs. All right. The other John went with Jefferson, Olave, Waddle, Andrews, and Jackson stack. The running backs are Najee, Dobbins, and Akers, Warren, and Braylon Allen. There are 0 RB builds, and then there are 0 RB builds with 2 guys coming off season-ending injuries.
Yeah, I mean, totally fine with the first 5 picks, but you need Najee, Connor, or you need 2 of Najee, Connor, Pollard, Aaron Jones. Like you need 2 guys that you can feel pretty good about, or at least going to be playing this year, and playing significant games. So yeah, I don't mind the start, but man, yeah, Dobbins, Akers, questionable picks for sure.
Yeah, I mean, besides the fact Dobbins, Akers don't really even need to be drafted, but they definitely shouldn't be drafted on a 0 RB build. So yeah, that's the only thing. All right, Ronnie. Hill, Etienne, Kelsey, Debo, Drake London. I think that was a good pick. Monty, Burrow, Kamara, Dobbs, Jacoby Myers, Mostert, Mitchell, Deontay.
I mean, a lot of good value here for sure. Like Debo, I thought about Debo where I took Pittman, London in the 5th. That's great. Quarterbacks falling here, getting Burrow that late. Yeah, a lot of good value on this team. Should feel good about it.
Yeah, I feel like this is a team where he, took it round by round, just took what the board gave him, didn't try to make any sort of specific, build. I think it turned out good. And then Clayton, Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison, Ayuk, and Neighbors. How do you like that receiver group?
I mean, you got to feel pretty good about it. Obviously, you're rolling the dice on the 2 rookies, but I'm sure one of them, if not both, will be great. So you got to feel good about it. Got an elite tight end.
I feel like even though they are arguably the 2 top rookie receivers in this year's draft, you think 2 in the top 4 rounds is too much for a redraft?
I don't think so. I think it's okay. I don't know if Neighbors. I don't know if I'm going Neighbors over Debo, but he does have Ayuk, so I get it.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's probably the only guy I would maybe T. Higgins over Neighbors, but probably not. I'd probably go Evans over Neighbors. Evans fell really far in this draft for some reason, like almost made it back to me.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay. I mean, like I said, it's only a 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, so You don't need both of them to be awesome.
True. Well, that's true. I'm very happy with their receiver group, and I love Trey McBride there. Henry Pollard, yeah, you're gonna have to mix and match, but you got some upside there at running back. So overall, good. And Kyler Murray, great value, and he did clarify it was not supposed to be Marshawn Lynch. It was supposed to be the rookie Marshawn Lloyd. That makes more sense.
Makes more sense.
All right. Wow, some slander, some Niners slander from the Ultimate Niners fan. Debo is not worthy of the top 6 rounds. Now that's a fire take.
Top 6 rounds. Wow. Okay.
Wow. I think his love for Ayuk has gone so far that he's like got blinders for every other receiver on that roster.
I guess so.
Okay. And then my team, I went CD, DJ Moore, Achane, Devontae Smith, Ramondre, Mahomes in round 6. Aaron Jones, Christian Kirk, Godwin, Zamir White, Bucky Irving, Hollywood, and Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, I mean, you got some good value here too. Christian Kirk, even Godwin, I'm at that point is fine. Zamir, Irving, Hollywood was another. Like when I took Troy Franklin, I almost took Hollywood, but I feel like I take Hollywood in every one of these drafts. Got my great value on Mahomes, so yeah, hard to see anything to complain about with this team.
Yeah, came away pretty happy. I just kind of went for value. But yeah, I like it. Brian, Reese, and Saquon, and then Laporta. Then the receivers were Rasheed Rice, Rome Odunze, DK Metcalf, Addison, with Justin Fields at quarterback, and then some depth there. Young, late.
Yeah. I mean, got good value. I mean, Rice in the 4th, Odunze. I mean, like I talk about Metcalf being overrated. I think he is, but in the 6th round, I can't complain about that. I mean, that's fine. Addison, Fields, we'll see where Fields is playing, but you got to feel pretty good he's going to be playing somewhere, right? Like he's going to be playing somewhere this year.
There's so I'm reading. There's so much Debo slander on the comments. I can't even believe it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's fair. He's like glass, but
I mean, okay, he does get banged up from time to time.
And then he followed up with this. It's fragile. It is. All right. And then Brian not liking the DK slander. Yeah, I'm not gonna have too much DK this year either.
You know, spade a spade.
All right, let's go to NMB. Went with the back-to-back Browns. St. Brown, AJ Brown, then Hurts to stack. Tank, Cook, Spears, Jaden Reed, Ingram, Javonte Rashawn, Blake Corum, Bowers, and Mingo. Might look better as a dynasty team, but I think this is still a solid team with upside.
Yeah, this team is very solid. Love those first 4 picks, and then you still get James Cook and Tyjae Spears. You got Evan Ingram. Take a chance on Brock Bowers. I like the running backs you drafted there. They were all in my queue. The Mingo pick, I guess it's the last pick. It's okay. It's fine. We'll see. Maybe they can save Bryce Young.
Yeah. Wow. And then the Bowers as the second tight end. I just noticed that. Not necessary, but okay. Not the worst in this kind of draft. Taz went with Kyron at the 1-8. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think I'm probably in a vacuum. I'm probably going Puka over Kyron, but I think Kyron's fine. I'm probably going Bijan over Kyron too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would go Bijan over Kyron, but I mean I don't hate it. I do like Garrett Wilson there, Josh Allen, Rashad White, Cooper Kupp, and then Kyle Pitts, Eckler, Chubb, Mixon, Hopkins, Lawrence, Pearson, Goddard. This is a veteran team.
I think from Eckler on, he auto-drafted, so
yeah, that's what it feels like. He's back apparently, but yeah, the Eckler, Chubb, Mixon 3 in a row. It's a little suspicious there. All right, let's go to Ryan, who went with 4 straight running backs and then took some old guys at receiver. Then C.J. Stroud, then T.J. Hawkinson, backed him up with Njoku, backed Stroud up with Dak.
Yeah, I'm okay with the Njoku pick after you go Hawk because you're not going to have Hawk early in the season. So you need another tight end. I don't think you need Dak there, especially in a 10-teamer. That's okay. And look, I'll say it again, for starting Gibbs, JT, Walker, and Pacheco, still getting Evans, Keenan Allen, and Mari Cooper is pretty good. So, but they are old and they are risky. So if something happens to a couple of those guys, you certainly could be hurt.
Yeah, it's just always risky going with that many running backs that early, and especially you got a guy like Keenan Allen as your receiver too. Not the most dependable. Somebody likes your team. Julian says Team 10 is his favorite. Let's see why.
Thanks, Julian.
It's Bijan, Puka, Nico, Pittman, Jacobs as RB2, Zay Flowers, AR, Brian Robinson, Kincaid, Downs, Franklin, Benson, and Wicks. I see it. I can see this one might be your favorite team. I think it might be mine too. Getting Jacobs there as your RB2 seems like it could be a really good value. Of course, we'll see how things shake out. But you got Zay Flowers as your fourth receiver. And then, I like Anthony Richardson, waiting to get Kincaid. I mean, yeah. We already talked about Benson. I feel like I already talked about half these guys as some of the picks that I feel like are the best.
Yeah, I definitely like this team a lot. I wish it was a real team.
Well, this is just practice for the real thing, because when it comes around, you'll know who to get, who you like, and get some of these same values. But yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, this is much better than the underdog team I drafted on. So.
But we're going to do it again. Now that you got that out of your way, we're going to do another underdog draft. That might be the next thing we'll do. And then, of course, we'll do more mock drafts. We'll do one of these again next week. So if you don't already have notifications on, guys, click it right now. It's very easy. Of course, you should already be subscribed. And we'll go live at least once or twice every week. And that's just right now. Once things pick up, of course, after the NFL draft and that, we'll be doing more mock drafts. But we're still here. Yeah, we'll see. Will Beast Mode get drafted next time? Will J.K. Dobbins make it on the board? We'll see. You never know.
Let's hope not.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. And check out the videos also that are still dropping every week. And we'll see you on the next one.